Jay-Z's alleged 30-year-old son, Rymir Satterthwaite, is sharing new details about the affair his late mother, Wanda, allegedly had with the rapper back in 1992. In a signed 2015 affidavit, Wanda claims that she met Jay-Z, who at the time went by Rock, in Philadelphia through her friend. She alleges that she and Jay-Z had protected sex, but that the protection broke when she was just 16 and he was 22. She also described the two-bedroom apartment she claims Hov drove her to and the exact fit he wore.
I never asked for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, Jay-Z, give me your money, or I'm coming at the Jay-Z for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. And if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? Why are you? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just want it over with.
Do you believe wholeheartedly that Jay's your father?
I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like, it's not as far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like, it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like, this can't take nobody not saying nothing.
All right, y'all, let's talk about Rymir Satterthwaite, because this story is way more than some guy trying to prove Jay-Z is his dad. Rymir's been fighting this battle for over a decade. He's not just some random dude out here chasing clout. He's been filing court documents, trying to get his DNA matched with Jay's, and running into roadblock after roadblock. But now, he's saying it's not just Jay-Z avoiding the test. He claims there's people working overtime to shut him down, allegedly with Diddy's camp involved too. According to Rymir, when he started pushing harder for the truth, that's when things got sketchy. He says he started getting pressured from people tied to the industry, people who seemed more concerned with protecting powerful names than letting the truth come out. He even suggested there were threats, stuff meant to scare him into backing off, and that it wasn't just about Jay's reputation, it was about protecting a whole network of connections and secrets that go way beyond one man. So now, this isn't just about, is Jay-Z my father? This is about why so many people seem determined to bury the truth and what they're really trying to hide. So how did a father-son question turn into an all-out war with two of the biggest names in music? Let's start at the beginning. Rymir Satterthwaite didn't come in swinging. He wasn't out here trying to get famous or cause drama just to trend. All the guy ever really asked for was a DNA test. He wanted to know, is Jay-Z his father or not? That's it. But what did he get instead? Nothing simple about it. He says from the very beginning he ran into wall after wall. The courts pushed back, his mom tried to file, lawyers started acting funny, and the legal system basically told him to take a seat. No real explanation, just delay after delay. And when Rymir tried again, years later, the case was still getting shuffled around or dismissed without being heard properly. Now fast forward to what he's saying today, and it's a whole different level. According to Rymir, this isn't just Jay dodging a paternity test. He claims Diddy's people stepped in too. According to him, instead of real conversations or settlements, he got intimidated. He says the message was clear: drop it, walk away, forget you ever brought this up. And this didn't happen once, it happened more than once over multiple years. But the most disturbing part, he now calls it a brotherhood of silence. He says there's this network, a tight group of powerful men working behind the scenes to protect each other. And y'all, Rymir's not just throwing words in the air. He says there's been manipulation of court documents, lawyers switching sides, and fraud that kept his case buried. He's not just fighting for a DNA test anymore, he's calling out a whole system.
Be doing so much and running, and it just really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was underage when she consumed me. Anyone who'd have been older
then
Now, we all remember those moments. Jay-Z and Diddy at the top of the game, all smiles at exclusive parties, the billionaire brunches, them showing off the lifestyle like it was a hip-hop dream come true. But Rymir is saying that behind the scenes, Jay and Diddy were running a different kind of play. According to him, Jay's not just keeping quiet about his own business, he's allegedly been helping Diddy with his legal mess, too, helping control who speaks out and who stays silent, even going as far as helping pay legal teams and manage certain witnesses. Rymir says it's all about survival. If Diddy gets exposed and all those dirty secrets come flying out, it could shine a light back on Jay too, not just about this paternity stuff, but other deep ties they've allegedly kept hidden from the public. It's not about friendship, it's about leverage. If one falls, the other might tumble right behind him. And here's where it gets even messier. Rymir's saying that part of the reason his own case was buried was because Jay needed it to stay buried, not just for his reputation, but because it might open doors people like Diddy can't afford to have opened. So now we gotta ask, what's Jay really protecting? Because according to Rymir, it ain't just his reputation. Let's rewind back to 2010 for a second. Rymir's mother, Wanda, had already been trying to get a DNA test. She believed Jay was the father and wanted legal action to confirm it, so she filed in court. But things got weird real quick. The case kept disappearing from the system. Like it would go up, then be dismissed for reasons that didn't fully make sense. And then came the bombshell. One of Jay-Z's lawyers allegedly told the court that Jay didn't live in New Jersey. Why does that matter? Because if Jay wasn't a resident of Jersey, the court might say they didn't have jurisdiction over him, meaning they couldn't force him to take the DNA test. But here's the thing that wasn't true. Rymir's team says Jay did have ties in New Jersey. They call what the lawyer said a lie, and that lie, it worked. A judge ended up tossing the case based on that info, and Rymir never got his test. This wasn't just a legal loophole. According to Rymir, it was part of a cover-up. And if you think it couldn't get any more messed up, wait till you hear what Jay's being accused of in a whole other lawsuit.
Rapper and music mogul Jay-Z has been accused of raping a 13-year-old girl, allegedly with Sean Diddy Combs 2 decades ago.
So, here's the deal. A civil lawsuit has been filed, and both Jay-Z and Diddy are named in it. The case involves a disturbing incident with a minor. The lawsuit claims there was manipulation and some really heavy stuff that allegedly went down years ago. And while Diddy's been hit with a wave of lawsuits, what makes this one different is Jay-Z's name being tied to it too. But what's really catching people's attention is the timeline. The events in this lawsuit, they happened during the exact same period. Both men were closely connected business-wise and personally. And here's where Rymir's side comes in. He's been watching this whole thing unfold, and now he's claiming Jay-Z is doing everything in his power to keep this situation quiet. According to him, it's not just about denying the lawsuit, it's about erasing the story before it even reaches the public. He's talking about legal blockades, sealed files, and pressure being put on anyone who gets too close to the truth. Which leads to the bigger question. If this lawsuit is real and these names are tied to it, how deep does this thing actually go? But here's the part that really gave me chills. If this so-called brotherhood is real, how many people have they already silenced? Let's be real, this whole situation with Rymir has turned into more than just a paternity case. He's out here saying this is a system, a full machine working to shut people up and protect the powerful. He's mentioned gag orders, sealed court documents, and strange behind-the-scenes moves that made his case nearly impossible to fight. At one point, he claims a judge was removed from his case after they started leaning in his favor. Suddenly, a new judge appears, files are sealed, and the momentum is gone. But Rymir's not the only one. Others have come forward too, saying they've been threatened, offered hush money, or had their careers destroyed the moment they tried to speak out. We've heard whispers of mysterious phone calls, messages telling people to watch themselves, and even offers disguised as opportunities if they agreed to keep quiet. One woman said she was flown out for a big meeting about her story and never heard from anyone again after she refused to sign an NDA. Then there are those who vanish from the public eye altogether. Singers, dancers, assistants, people who were around these big names and then suddenly weren't. So when Rymir says this isn't just about him, he means it. He's painting a picture of an industry that protects itself at all costs. And he's pointing the finger right at the top, at Jay-Z, at Diddy, and at a network of people working behind the scenes to control what the world sees. And y'all, this is where it gets even darker. Let's talk about the one name that keeps coming up when we talk about secrets, silence, and Aaliyah. Now, Aaliyah's passing was one of the biggest tragedies in music history. No one's ever questioned that. But some folks have always felt like her story didn't end the way we were told. Before her demise, Aaliyah had close ties to both Jay-Z and Diddy. She was navigating between these powerful circles, people who were shaping the future of music. Jay-Z was reportedly interested in her, and Diddy had his own connections to her career. So when she passed away in that plane crash in 2001, the shock wasn't just about losing a rising star, it was about how convenient her absence seemed to be for some people. She was young, talented, respected, and loved by fans. But she also knew a lot. And now, years later, some people are wondering, did she know too much? See, in light of all these lawsuits and accusations, folks are going back and looking at her demise through a different lens. Not because they want to, but because the patterns are too hard to ignore. Was her passing really just a tragic accident? Or did her silence help solidify certain people's positions in the industry? Did it remove a witness? These are uncomfortable questions, no doubt, but when so many threads start leading back to the same few names, you can't help but wonder if her death was more than just a loss. Look, I know it sounds wild, but once you start pulling at these threads, the whole sweater starts to unfold. So now the big question is, will the courts finally listen, or will they try to bury this all over again? Is this the beginning of the end for the J. Diddy empire, or just another story that gets swept under the rug? Because for Rymir, this isn't just about a father who didn't step up, he's standing up for everyone who's been ignored, silenced, or erased by the industry. And he's daring the system to finally face the truth. So what do y'all think? Is there really a brotherhood of silence? Or is this just one man fighting shadows? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this eye-opening, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell because the next part of this story is already brewing.